Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another session of This is Maggie. It's a pleasure having you here once again. But before I continue, I want you to subscribe, like this video, and keep sharing it because I know that there are a lot of people out there that would want to hear this message. Thank you to my fans, to my friends, to my family that have been encouraging me, sharing this video to various groups, to various people. It has gone far and wide. And I'm happy to announce that as from next month, I'm going to start a session in Spanish because I have a lot of Spanish fans that want me to speak in Spanish so that they could understand since there's no subtitle and not all of them speak English. So we're all happy that we're starting something in Spanish. Well, today we're going to talk about our relationship, our marriage relationship. And I've decided to title it Fuel to Rekindle. Fuel to rekindle. To rekindle what? To rekindle the marriage. Because there are a lot of marriages that the fire is dying down actually. Unknowingly, the fire is actually going down. And before you know what's happening, the couples, they grow apart. Maybe in years and years and years of marriage, they tend to grow apart. But that's not what it's supposed to be. So, our text today is taken from the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 5:18 and 19. And I'm reading the ESV version. And it says, "Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely deer, a graceful doe. Let her breast fill you at all times with delight. Be intoxicated always in her love." And I've decided to put it applies to both men and women. Let your husband fill you with delight. Be intoxicated in his love always. And likewise, the man, let your wife fill you with delight. Be intoxicated always in her love. Always. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says always. Do you want a deeper connection with your spouse? Let her breast fill you at all times with delight. Do you want to build a vibrant marriage that meets your deepest emotional needs? Then be intoxicated always with your wife or with your husband. That intoxication is love. You have to always be in love. How do you rekindle this love? Because if you don't work on it, it tends to die down. It's like a fire that if you don't fan it, the flames go down. The coals will be bright red and eventually they turn to ash. But that's not what God wants for our marriages. And so we're going to look at a few points. I have about 4 points here, which I'm going to share with you of how to rekindle your marriage. The fuel to rekindle your marriage. There are so many, but for time's sake, we're going to take only 4 for today. There could be a part 2. It depends on the feedback I get. And so number 1, abandon the behaviors that undermine marital intimacy. Abandon the behavior that undermines marital intimacy. What are those behaviors? We might tend to think, no, I don't have any bad behavior that is quenching the marriage flame or my marriage flame. Well, I beg to differ. There are so many. Number 1, personal hygiene. Some of us are so lazy that we find it difficult to keep our environments clean, keep the home clean, keep ourselves clean, keep the children clean. It's a duty that we must do. Personal hygiene. We can't afford to be dirty. Your husband comes back home from work and he comes in and everywhere is untidy. The children are untidy. The kitchen is untidy. I mean, you don't expect him to be happy with that. In as much as you might be a working class lady, yes, employ a nanny to take care of the house chores. It will go a long way. Another thing is, some of us are I don't even know how to say it, but We tend not to use, we don't use perfume, we don't use deodorant. I mean, these things were created for us to use and smell fresh wherever we go. Have your bath, use a perfume. I like perfume. I sell perfumes. Oh, well, apart from that, I like perfumes. I like smelling good. Use your deodorant. Shave under your arm. All those things are personal hygiene. Your husband might not be able to say it, or your wife might not be able to say it, but those are things that count. Because some people, when they say it, they tend to get offended. Buy a good perfume. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it will smell nice. Use it. Buy for your husband. Buy for your wife. Let that fragrance ginger you, even in the time of intimacy. Always have a bath. At least, because some of us, maybe the nature of our jobs and all that, we tend to sweat a lot and all that, or maybe after a day's cooking in the kitchen, you don't just go and climb your bed like that. Have a bath. Have a bath, put on your perfume, smell good, and entice your husband. Smell good and entice your wife. To go a long way. Change your underwear. Oh, some of us are horrible in that. Can't imagine a man putting on boxers for a week. The same boxers for a whole week. Oh, please. Or a woman putting on a bra, one bra for a whole week. I mean, what are you doing? You might say, oh, it's black, it's not dirty, but it stinks. So please change your underwears regularly. Learn to smell fresh. Shave under your arm. Look good, smell good. It makes you feel good. I know that for sure. Number 2, make your spouse feel respected, admired, supported, desired, and loved. Make him or her feel respected wherever you go, with whomever you're with. Don't disrespect him, don't disrespect her. Those are one of the major things that a man needs in a woman, actually. Respect, love, support. Support your wife. There's nothing wrong if when she's cooking in the kitchen, you go into the kitchen and you help her out. There's nothing wrong in helping her out in house chores. There's nothing wrong in supporting her in her business, or supporting your husband in his business. Admire her. When she dresses and she comes out, admire her. Don't go admiring your secretary in the office. When she does a new hairstyle, admire her. When your husband comes out and he looks good, admire him. It makes the person feel good. It makes the person feel good. It kindles the fire in the marriage. If you don't work on your marriage is work. And if you don't work on it, the grasses will die. The grass will die. I'm telling you, it will die. To die a natural death. And you always look across the lawn and think the other side of the lawn is greener. No. That side looks greener because the person on that side is working on his or her own. So don't go admiring other women outside and think they look beautiful, they look classy. Make your wife to look classy too. You can do that. Admire her, make her feel good. Support her, support him. Don't call him by name, or don't call her by name. I hear some people calling their husband John, Victor. I mean, all those, it's not romantic. Let me say it that way. It's not. In my almost 20 years of marriage, I have never called my husband by name. Likewise him, he has never called me by name. Even to the extent when we're arguing, or when I'm angry, or he's angry. No, never. It has never happened. I even find it strange calling him by name, actually. So that's why it's weird to me when I see women calling their husbands by name, or when I see men calling their wives by name. So where is the affection? Where is the passion? Where is the love? How do you express it? Because, mind you, your children are watching. The way you relate with your husband, the way you relate with your wife, the children are watching, and they grow up like that. So if you're calling your husband by name, I encourage you to please look for a pet name, a sweet name, darling, sweetheart, honey, whatever. and call him. It makes the person feel good. That is the truth. So that being said, let's go to the third point. Embrace and fulfill your God-given desire for sex. It's a natural desire. It's natural. Some women at a particular stage in their marriages, they think that sex is work. But you've just got to rekindle that fire in your marriage. You've got to satisfy that desire. Because the man will always feel the urge. It's natural. You don't expect him to go out looking for somebody to satisfy that urge. You are there to satisfy that urge. You have to. That is why he married you. So if there's anything that's hindering your desire for sex, or the ability to satisfy your husband or your wife, sit down and talk about it. You can communicate. Communication is key in marriage. He's yours to enjoy. She's yours to enjoy. Do it right now before your bones become stiff. Before old age creeps in and you cannot move properly again. So dance now. Number 4, initiate the change that can transform your marriage. Initiate the change that can transform your marriage. Your work habits can transform your marriage. Your work ends in the office and it ends there. Or your business ends in your shop or wherever and it ends there. Don't take it home. Your dressing mode. How do you dress? Dress for him. Dress for her. Don't dress because you want somebody else outside to admire you. No, dress first and foremost for your husband to admire you. And when I say dress, I mean decent dressing. I don't mean dressing in such a way that you go exposing parts of your body and all that. No. Decent but beautiful. Decent and modest. And allow your husband savor the sight of seeing you like that. Initiate that change. Initiate the change in your cooking habits. Don't be giving him the same eba and soup every day, or rice and stew every day, or no variety, no style. Go to Google, there are recipes there, try them out. Men like food, I'm telling you, and the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's the truth. So change your cooking style, the kind of menu that you give to him. Change it. Be unpredictable. Surprise him. It's your duty to initiate that change. What's your level of communication? Initiate that change by changing your level of communication. Talking, discussing. Not every time is work, or you're always on the internet, browsing, chatting on WhatsApp, chatting on Facebook, and you don't have time for your spouse, you don't have time for your children. That shouldn't be so. Initiate the change. Rekindle the fire in your marriage. If I can do it, you can do it. It's our responsibility. It takes two. The man has his part to play and the woman has their part to play. So when people come to me and say, oh, I'm no longer in love with my spouse, and I think we're no longer in love. I mean, you were in love before you got into that relationship, right? So why don't you work on it and let that love be rekindled? Don't give up, because it's never too late. God bless you. Remember, share this link, subscribe, and like this video. I'll see you some other time. Reach out to me on Facebook, Margaret Angie Jaja, on Instagram, Shekina0407, or 0407. I'm speaking Spanish, sorry. Shekina0407. You can get me on Instagram. And the Lord bless you. Thank you. Bye.